Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode on the BaconCraft server. I am Hodag and this is episode 5, and you might be asking yourself, Hodag, what are you doing up on top of a mountain with a bunch of furnaces and a bed while it's snowing up? Actually, I'm way up on top of my house right now, as you can see from the wheat farms that are down there, and I will answer that question. I've done a few things in between episodes, number one being that I went and got myself a killer bow, enchanted a number of different bows over at the XP farm. And as you can see, it's hard to come by a much better bow than what I have currently. And I've just been slaughtering mobs with that left and right because I've been down in the mines. And I've been down in the mines. Some of you guys just saw that I have just over 6 stacks here of iron. I have 2 stacks of gold ore that I've gotten. So I'm going to go ahead and throw those in the furnaces. And I have another surprise for you. And that's in fact the entire reason why we're up on top of this mountain right now, is because I couldn't think of any other way that I could actually show you guys exactly how many resources I gathered down in the mines, because I spent probably about 3 hours mining, strip mining for resources. I realized we were kind of low, and that's why I did it between episodes, but here you go. I laid it out just to show you guys. This is the only way to get a good view of it. There it is, right there. And you can see it's probably just about bigger than our wheat farms, which some of you thought were pretty large, so I'm trying to give you a decent scale of it. It actually ended up being 45 diamond ores, about 20-ish stacks of coal, and 10 emeralds, 10 emerald ores, 6 stacks of redstone ores, and 30 lapis in the middle there. It kind of almost looks like a bullseye, actually. But I want you to go right now down in the comment section and let me know how much do you think I'm going to get when I mine all of that in a second with a Fortune 3 pickaxe. And now this is called Hodag is bored while waiting for his iron and gold to smelt and sees a skeleton very far away. I didn't think I'd hit that on the first try. I am horrible with a bow and... Oh, wait, no way. Don't despawn. Come... There. That totally hit him, right, guys? Alright, finally. That took longer than I thought it was going to. That was a lot of ores, you guys. And now it's time to see who guessed correctly. Now, you already knew how much iron I had and how much gold I had, so that doesn't really count. The part that counts here is how many stacks of coal. So this is 9 across by 4. 4 times 9, 36, 37, and 40. 37 stacks and 40 extra. And then on the rest of it, we got, let's see, 36 minus 2 here, roughly 34 stacks of redstone. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 18 of lapis, 26 emerald, and nearly a stack and a half of diamond, which I was hoping would be more, but I can never have enough diamonds, I guess. And if you were the closest, I'm probably going to give you a shout out in the next video just because you took the time to guess down there, and that's a really good guess if you got close to that, because that was a lot of ore. So, what are we going to be doing next? Because we're not going to spend our entire episode just going ahead and mining ores and things like that. We have to do 2 things. First, all of our good diamond pickaxes that I spent all of my time getting, and I was really just pumped about getting, including the 2 backup ones. I mined a lot between episodes, and they're all like this far down. They're in the red, or this is like the highest one right here. Especially my Silk Touch ones, because you guys saw how much I was doing down there, including even one of the regular unbreaking ones. So first I want to try to get some mending on these, because my last server I had an entire double chest like this, full of diamond pickaxes that were broken or nearly broken, and the ones that were good I even repaired and then kept using until they were just too many diamonds to repair or too many levels to repair them. And I don't want to do that again now that there's mending. The only problem is that getting mending is not the easiest thing. Aw has some mending books. He has 3 of them, but he's not super keen right now on selling them, even though I have the diamonds and I got coal. If you're watching this, I know you need some coal for your super smelter. Where is it? Right there. Doesn't that look good? I got some more down in the basement too. But maybe he'll sell us those. He basically got them when he started because he copied Zumavoid. If you guys follow Zumavoid, what he did on the Hermitcraft server season 4 right away is he built the AFK fishing farm, and he went ahead and made himself just a ton of fishing poles and everything else that he got from the fishing farm, including all the mending books. So I could do that and maybe get some. I think the only other place they spawn naturally is in dungeons, but I think Oz already gone through and cleared up most of the dungeons around here as well. So I'm not really sure how we can get some easily, and I don't want to just make pickaxe after pickaxe and waste all of our diamonds. So I'm going to try to figure that out, and then after that, the important part, and the part that's going to be kind of fun. We are going into the Nether, and I'm going to get us some beacons. I'm going to be the beaconator, the beacon guy on the server, because then I got my efficiency 5s already. Right here is efficiency 5, and beacon with a haste 2, and we are going to be cruising through all the stone bricks and stone blocks everywhere. And then I'm going to start selling beacons too, because why not? I'm going to make us a wither skeleton farm in the Nether. However, I don't want to make it here, downstairs, through my portal. I want to make it where our main base is going to be. So 2 things are happening. First, we're going to tunnel through the Nether far, far away, I think that direction, and get to our main base area, so that'll be kind of cool. You guys I haven't told you much about that yet, and we're going to get into it. And the second thing is we're going to make a wither skeleton farm, and I haven't done that before. And we're going to spend a lot of the episode in the Nether, which is kind of scary. Everybody turn on your speakers. I turned up my microphone to normal volume, so now you guys can hear me actually. I've talked to a number of people in between episodes. We're going to bust into the Nether here while I'm talking, who gave me some feedback and told me that my sound was a little bit low, so I went ahead, because I'm still kind of adjusting microphone settings and everything else to make it better for you guys. And I do totally listen to a lot of the feedback that you give me. So please go ahead and let me know if the microphone is a little bit too low or whatever, if it sounds fuzzy. Anything that you can tell me will help. There is down where we went to go get the glowstone for our XP farm. And this room I've widened out, made it a little bit bigger because it was a little claustrophobic. But we're going to start tunneling over to the new base area, which is going to take us about 200 blocks on the x-axis this way, and about 600 blocks, I think, on the z-axis, something crazy like that. And I've gathered everything we need to do that, so we're just going to start hammering away here while I'm talking, because tons of things have happened since I was last recording you guys. It's been actually a couple days. Like I said, I fixed the microphone settings up a bit, but that's not... Ooh, scary. Go away. But that's not all I did. First, as soon as I was done talking last time, I started talking to Aw, and I started to bargain with him to try to get him to give us some of his mending books. Not give us them, though. We're going to pay him, obviously. But oh no. And we're safe. Okay. And not give us them, but to trade us for them. We had diamonds. We had a little bit of everything. I was like, dude, what do you need? I will hook you up. Just tell me what you need, and I will give you whatever. And he needed wood. So I went and planted like 64 times 8 stacks. You know, like 64, well, 8 stacks of 64. Oh my gosh, what is going on with all this lava? Okay, so I planted like 64 stacks, no, 8 stacks of 64. Sorry, I'm getting all confused because the lava scares me, okay? But I planted all these stacks of wood. I grew so many trees, it was kind of insane. And I planted all the trees. I harvested all the trees. I figured you guys didn't want to watch me harvesting trees for hours on end, so I didn't actually record that. And he came over, he delivered. He's a very nice guy. He delivered the mending books to me. I even started to bargain with him before he came, and I was like, dude, is there like a buy 4, get 1 free type of deal or something like that? So he brought over 4 mending books. He brought over a couple bows that I can enchant to then to get the punch 2 elytra bow. If you guys haven't seen that, check it out. You can fly with the elytra, hit yourself with a punch 2 bow, and basically have continuous flight that just keeps going and going and going forever. So it's kind of cool. He hooked me up with stuff that I could do for that. He also brought over a bunch of fishing poles that I can actually use to make my own AFK fishing farm, which I think I'm going to do eventually, because 10 stacks was the bargain that I struck with him, and 10 stacks per mending book. Although mending books, you know, they are hard to come by. I'm not sure if it's worth me giving him 10 stacks of trees every time I want one, because I can make my own fishing farm just like he did, and I could be AFKing overnight, and I could have tons of mending books. So I bought the first 2 from him. I gave him 40 stacks? Yeah, 40 stacks of wood, you guys. It was kind of crazy. 40 stacks of wood. He had to make multiple trips back to his base to carry it all. But 40 stacks of wood, and we got all the 4 mending books, the punch bow, and the fishing pole. So overall, a pretty good haul. Let's see, what else do I have to tell you guys? We chopped all the wood. Oh, delivered the books, put mending on everything. Oh, yeah, that's right. So I got the mending books, and then I put mending on stuff. Check it out. First two things, mending on our Silk Touch pickaxe. We got mending on our Fortune 3 pickaxe. I put mending on our regular axe because I was chopping all that wood and that thing was almost dead. And then I put mending on our Feather Falling Blast Protection 3 diamond boots because I really want to keep those and I want to even get them even better. So we got all that. Then I went to repair them at the XP farm, and I was surprised at how fast mending works, you guys. It took no time at all to repair the stuff at the XP farm. It was kind of crazy. So definitely gonna get more and more mending books as we go. Be quiet, Gast. And I'm gonna put mending just about on everything because that just seems like a good idea. And so the next cut here we might be over by the new base area, or we might be building an AFK fishing farm. I don't know what we're going to be doing, you guys. Could be doing a little bit of anything. But we will get to that Nether skeleton farm by the end of this episode. I'm not going to abandon that, but we might have to get mending books first. Allow me to introduce to you all our new home away from home. I know it doesn't look like much, it's a tiny little island, but what I have planned for this place, I'm not going to quite tell you yet, but it is going to be big. And there are a number of surrounding islands that are just out of our view range here in whole different chunks, and we have plans for each and every one of them. So, next on the agenda is to go into the Nether, find an appropriate Nether fortress to build our Wither skeleton farm, our skeleton wither farm, our Nether skeleton farm. Man, I don't know what they're called today. And then we also have to go back and build our AFK fishing farm so we can get all the mending books. As you can see, my pickaxe here, I ran through quite a lot of it just tunneling over here, and I got about a chest and a half, maybe 2 chests full of netherrack. It was a long way. So, let's cut and let's figure out what we're going to do next. Alright, welcome back. What I've decided next to do is the fishing farm, the AFK fishing farm that we're going to have. Now, I've looked up a number of things online, a number of different people that have had fishing farms that they've designed, everything since 1.4 to 1.5, I don't know, way back a long time ago. I found some from a couple of years ago. And basically all of them use this kind of mechanic where if you point toward a door, you can open and close the door, no? Okay, but what if I fish towards a door? Now, if you use an iron door, this becomes way easier because you throw your fishing pole and then it will stay out like that, except the door is not going to open and close because with an iron door you can't open and close it with your hand. But when a fish latches onto your hook normally, it pulls the hook down. So basically they pull that down and they use that to trigger some sort of string with trip wires that you have hooked up, and that will finally open the door, or the iron door, allowing you to retract your hook and pick up whatever fish or whatever thing you caught. And that's basically the game mechanic that you have. Now, they used to have something before you had mending where you would have to then also kind of give yourself a new pole every once in a while because your pole would break, but mending actually repairs your fishing pole faster than it can break. So now you just need one awesome fishing pole like this that Awe hooked me up with, and you can get right to work. I've picked a spot for our AFK fishing farm just down our ladder here. It's going to be just this way. I'm going to have designed some sort of hall right here with some doors. This caving system, by the way, had more mobs in it than I've ever seen because I've cleared out nearly every cave around here. So it was a bit crazy, but right here is going to be the AFK fishing farm. Down here is going to be a number of chests that can pick up our loot, and I'll be right back once I've basically finished the farm to show you how it works. Not quite ready to show you how it works yet because I got caught up with the whole design portion of it. I'm trying to make it look good. You go down here, and here's where we're going to get all of our storage, and here's some extra storage because I've seen that a lot of things come out of these farms. So, and then here's where you're going to walk in and actually stand an AFK fish right here. Here I need to build the machine, which hopefully will be next if I stop designing stuff. And then I need to figure out the roof and a little entryway, and we should be good to go. Well, I'm back, and to be perfectly honest with you, it didn't take that long, actually. I built it really fast. I'm not super pleased with it, but I don't hate it either. So here we go, the big reveal. Little tiny, whoa, oh, stop. Okay, let's walk inside. Let's just close this door for good measure. I've put on the wall some of my first catches here. I've already tried it for about 15 minutes. I'm going to probably put a fishing pole up here once I get one, but I don't have one yet. Service hatch is back here where you can actually see some of this stuff, including a skylight that goes to the surface to increase the rates of the fishing farm. And then if you come back out here, open this door, close it behind you to fish, because we've been having some problems on the server with mobs spawning just about anywhere with lighting glitches, I think it is. So this is just to make sure that we're absolutely safe, more or less. And then we stand here, we do our fishing. As soon as we're done with our fishing, come around and come downstairs, and here are our drops. So you can see we've already started to do a little bit here. So that's about it, you guys, out for this. And now let's continue on to those other farms that we got to do. We have to do the Nether skeleton farm, the Wither skeleton farm, and first we have to find a Wither fortress, or sorry, another fortress. Okay, when we do find the appropriate Nether fortress here in the Nether, we're going to need to start building platforms for the Wither skeletons to actually spawn. So, and that has to be done exactly the correct way at exactly the correct space, and I'll explain all that probably later on. But for now, I'm going to kill this ghast. Or not. Too far away. But what we need basically is we need starter Nether fortress bricks. And so I'm going to try to tear down another fortress near me and kind of fill my inventory with bricks. And so that when we actually find the one that's appropriate way over by our real base, that we're over by the starter base right now, I can start those platforms and we can just kind of right away start to collect the Wither skeleton skulls and whatever else they drop and everything else that comes with it. But, whoa, where did you come from? I know where you went. Ooh, cool ghast here. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a fortress around here. I think there's one way far off in this direction if I don't die getting over there, or if I don't die at it and I don't die whenever. Basically, if I don't die, I'm going to knock a bunch of it down because I don't really care about the fortresses over here, and take all those bricks over to the new base, right in the Nether over there, and start searching for a fortress that's going to work for us. But I do have two fun little things to tell you. First, a couple days ago I found a scorpion behind my monitor here. And I was like, what? I've seen scorpions before, and I've lived in places where there's many oh, here's the Nether fortress. I lived in places where there are many more scorpions than there are here in Guadalajara. So it's not like it was a new thing for me, and I'm not super freaked out by them even. But it was weird to find them here because they're not as common here. Oh my gosh. I'm on fire. They're not as common here. So I was a little bit freaked out, but I captured it, and it's all good now. No more scorpions. The other thing was, yesterday, there was an earthquake here in Guadalajara, and I wish I would have been recording when it happened because I had AFK'd our farm. I got a bunch of mending books, and I was so pumped that I actually made my bow better even. Check it out, if I get away from these guys. My bow is the best bow that you can have now in the game, and it was awesome. And then I also made my boots better. I added depth strider to them. Careful. Added depth strider and a couple other things, and at this point I've added mending to most of our stuff that is good. In fact, all the tools I'm using right now have mending on it. And so I was super pumped, and I was getting really excited, and I wish I would have even been recording when I got that. But then I jumped up from my laptop. I'm like, yeah, I got the best stuff. And all of a sudden, the entire room started to shake. The fans in the middle of the living room were shaking. And I kind of freaked out a little bit more. My heart was definitely pumping a little bit faster than normal. And I got a little bit scared, but then I ran outside, and it was over pretty quickly. It was over pretty much before it started. But it was a 4.8 for those of you guys who understand earthquakes. And so definitely had some friends who had some things knocked over in their house and a few things messed up, but overall it wasn't too bad. So let me knock down a bunch of this fortress, find some good things in it, and then we'll be back when we're at the other fortress, hopefully way over by the main base. Okay everyone, here's exactly what we're looking for. Now I found this in the fortress that I was trying to tear down. So it's over by the starter base. I'm not sure if I want to use it, but it's perfect actually. So if I can't find something like this over by the main base, this might end up being what we use. But basically what we're doing is we're looking for areas that cross like this. Two paths that cross perfectly because they contain the biggest spawning area. They actually contain a 19 by 19 area. So it goes 19 across and 19 this way and that way. and that's a giant square. So it also extends out. If we made a platform out into this area or in these corners, it extends out that way too. Versus on a path like this, it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 blocks across, and that's the entire spawning area. So obviously that's not ideal. Now what we looked for is not only to find one of these, but 2 of them right next to each other, and this is way off on the edge of the fortress, so there's not going to be as much stuff to tear down around it because they won't be able to spawn anywhere else really. And they meet up perfectly. This is the edge of that one, and this is the edge of that one. So we could make a 19 times 19, basically a 38 by 19 across structure, and because of this path right over here, we can actually extend another 5 blocks out this way. So it would be not 38, but 43 by 19. It's literally it's perfect. So if I can't find something over by the main base, we might actually have it over here by the starter base anyways, but that is what we're looking for. So I'm going to go on a hunt over by the main base to see if I can find the same thing, but even if I can't, I've definitely got a lot of nether brick with me, and I've saved up quite a bit to start on the next one wherever we find it. And I found it. We're over here by the main base side. If you go down here, I tunneled straight down, which was a little bit difficult, but I finally got to some surface area, and there was a fortress right there below us. Now, it doesn't really mean anything unless it has those 2 cross sections. So let's run down here to the fortress so I can show you what I've actually found within the fortress. And I think I'm still going to search for, one more, but this actually, I like what I found here. So I want you guys to take a look, and then it'd be cool if I could actually have you guys like vote in between and see what the best one was. But if you look over there, that is a blaze spawner, and I've just marked it off really quick, but keep an eye on where that is because that is very important. It just happens to be right in front of our 2 cross sections. So here we have one, and again it matched up perfectly. Here we have the second one, and if you look, don't look there, bye bye, and die. And here is the blaze spawner. So if you count out 9 from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we're nearly in range of the blaze spawner. So I might try to hook up something like a blaze spawning, blaze rod farm, blaze XP farm kind of deal, plus wither skeleton farm. I'm not sure how that would work, but it does sound kind of cool to me. And I like a good challenge, so I might try to do that, but I think I'm going to try to explore one more fortress over here somewhere before I go ahead and do that. So, let's cut again and see where I can find that last fortress. And here's the situation for the last one, you guys. And I'm getting a little loopy. It's getting pretty late at night here. But here's the crossway. It seems like there's one of these inside every one of the nether fortresses, which I think I've heard before, but now I'm really testing out. But here it is. And it's kind of underneath the netherrack, which I think is actually nice and will work pretty well. And then over here is kind of where the rest of the fortress is, and there's a blaze farm, a blaze spawner right here. But I think I actually like the other one better, and it's closer to right where we are in the nether anyway. So I think I'm going to go over to the other one and get started on the wither skeleton farm. Oh my god, everybody. You have no idea. I just recorded this 10-minute thing. I tried explaining what I was going to do with these farms. I'm all geared up, as you can see, and I'm ready to basically start building it. But I went over here, spent 10 minutes basically trying to disable the blaze spawner, and while at the same time explaining what I'm going to do with these farms. And after 10 minutes, I listened to the video back and realized I was making no sense talking on camera. And I almost died like twice. And I almost just killed myself again trying to get back up here, because what actually happened is blazes, just as I was predicting in the video, knocked me off when I was trying to block up the blaze spawner, which I'm going to try to finish in a second, because it's so close to where we're going to be working that if it's active, I'm going to die eventually because of it. So I'm just going to try to disactivate it and deactivate it right now. There we go. There are the blazes that I'm talking about. And it's right over here, this place right here. So you can see I've already been to work on it. I've deactivated a bunch of it. These guys are going to all try to kill me right now. And I'm going to kill them instead. Ha ha! Anyway, so I was trying to talk for quite a while. I realized that it made no sense, so I'm going to go ahead and explain it really quickly right now. Hopefully, as the video is ending right now, I will, or just after this, I'll show you those outtakes from when I almost died, because I think you guys probably want to see those. It was pretty entertaining to watch me nearly die. So I'll show you those, but basically how the Nether skeleton, wither skeleton farm is going to work is the old spawners back in 1.8, actually even further back before that, when they first introduced the Nether Fortress and the Wither Skeleton into the game, when you found these cross sections, they were the biggest spawning areas. It was 19 by 19. And then, of course, if you found 2 of them, that was the best. Now, what it used to be in 1.8 is you could build down a little bit and you could build up a little bit from these. So you could build like a giant platform, 19 by 38, and then you could go ahead and build 3 of those platforms. So that was pretty darn good for spawning these Wither Skeletons, which are everywhere right now. It was pretty good for making those. Now, the new thing that I've only found out... Oh, no, let's back up a little bit more even. So Snow Crash, back in the day, who's a Minecrafter, I'm going to link all these people down in the comment section, but Snow Crash built a Wither Skeleton farm that was those 3 platforms, and he made it just 19 by 19, I believe, or maybe it was actually 12 by 12 or 12 by 19, because that's how far you can actually push blocks with pistons. But it would automatically collect the Wither Skeletons, and it was no problem. Izuma in 1.8 went ahead and took that idea and expanded it to 19 by 38, but basically it was 38 by 12 again, because that's how far pistons can push blocks. And it automatically shifted the floors, they dropped down, it would automatically kill all the other things that weren't Wither Skeletons, and it was just a really nice farm. Then, just recently, like 2 months ago, I was watching a video with Impulse SV, it was a live stream with Impulse SV and Tango Tech, the guy who built the Iron Titan, and Impulse is a very good friend of his. Impulse basically found out through some way, I think he's talking to like Minecraft developers or something like that, because he found out that if you change the floor, if you build that... Whoa, where are you at? Come on, that's why I have to disable these blazes, they're scary. If you make those 3 platforms of 19 by 38, you can build them out of anything, as long as they're up at this height. However, I'm going to try to finish blocking off this blaze spawner while I explain this. If you build them out of nether brick, actually no, you can still build those 3 out of anything, but you can go all the way down to level like 47, 48, something like that, way down there. As long as they're built on nether brick, Wither Skeletons will still spawn. So in fact, you can actually build 9... This is where I died before. I fell off this ledge, way down there. You can actually build 9 blocks. Safety first, guys. Uh oh, I hear a blaze. Whoop, run away. And then kill him. You can actually build 9 of those platforms, 38 by 19, and you could start to see and understand that that is an insane amount of spawning space. 9 platforms, 38 by 19, truly is an insane amount. So, but that's what we're gonna do, because that sounds fun to me. And I don't know how I did that. I've searched online for where Impulse SV found that information, where he found out that you can build that many. I can't find anywhere, at least now. And like I said, this live stream was just 2 or 3 months ago, and I can't figure out where they found out you could do that. So it might... I think it is that he actually is... He knows some of the developers of the game and he's talking to them, which is cool. But I've done my own testing a little bit in a testing world. I'm going to get slaughtered in a second. Really? Oh, run away. I've done my own testing and it does work. It does work, and I figured out that you have to go down to basically standing on level 48. Why is that so loud? I feel like they're right next to me. Die, man. And so we are going to do that. We're going to build those 9 platforms. We're not going to automate them. At least at this point I'm not going to. I might later on because, like I said in the other video that I didn't show you guys, it's only me and on the server. We're never going to need that big of a farm, and even though I usually like to make the biggest farms just because it would be just a giant waste right now, you guys. So I'm not going to do it, but later on if we need some projects that we need to do some cool projects or something like that, I will totally do them and show you guys. And I think I'm going to end the video here before I die again, and I'll show you those outtakes of me dying. But that means I have to do something really scary right now. I have to extend this box out. It means I have to do this. See? Ah! No! Oh my god. Oh. I just had a minor heart attack. Whee! Okay, I didn't die. That was cool. The whole... Oh no! No 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 no! Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Stop shooting at me! Run away. I didn't die. I didn't die, everybody. Oh my god. How do I get back up there now? Okay. You know what? That's going to be about the end of the episode, I think, you guys, because we're running out of time here. And I will have to explain the rest next time, because it's going to take a lot of explaining. It's probably not going to make any sense, because I'm not good at explaining these things. You'll just have to see me build it. So we'll kick off next episode building that thing. Again, if you dislike this episode, I know it's different than saying if you like this episode, but if you dislike this episode and you're going to push the dislike button, let me know why so I can hopefully fix it. And if you like the episode, of course, push the like button. If you loved it, be sure to subscribe because that really helps me out. And I will catch you guys next week.